Noah Allen and held him, and that's an extremely difficult one for me to see. The ball's whipped in with pace. They're both holding each other. I don't see a foul.
Welcome to Instant Replay for MLS Matchday 27. I'm your host, Andrew Wiebe, and as always, we're taking a closer look at the most controversial refereeing decisions in Major League Soccer. We start with the game that flooded my mentions this weekend, Miami, Cincinnati, and we're going to fast forward all the way to second half stoppage time. It is almost the 92nd minute of a scoreless draw, except, folks, the ball is going to hit the back of the net. You can see it here. Set piece Cincinnati. Evander serves it. Here comes Miles Robinson. Bouncing net. Goal, maybe? No. Torrey Pinso, the referee, waves this one off. And so we'll pretend we're John Freeman, the VAR, and rewind it back. We're refereeing the play both from a video assistant referee point of view, but also from the point of view of the referee. After watching this play, I completely agree with Taylor Twellman. For me, there is no foul. Holding happens every single set piece, and some holding does not automatically equal a foul. And as you see, both guys, Miles Robinson and Noah Allen, are holding each other. But for me, Noah Allen is the first to initiate that hold. He is out of position from the start, he's holding to stay tight, and only one player is truly tracking and attempting to play this ball, and that is Miles Robinson. Now hold on. In Torrey Pinso's pool report, she says the reason for the foul is not the hold, it's the contact to the face from Miles Robinson, which Twellman does point out really well in the broadcast. I noticed it too. Robinson's right hand does make contact with the face of Allen, but to me, live and on those replays, before I saw Torrey Pinso's pool report, I thought it was incidental at most and not a foul. For me, it's negligible. Just watch Allen's reaction. He's not throwing himself to the ground. He's not acting like he was punched. It was just a little bit of contact, and it doesn't affect his ability to play the ball because he hasn't shown any attempt to play the ball. For me, despite that contact to the face, I would like to see this called a goal on the field. In my opinion, it should stand. But I would never expect John Freeman, the VAR, to send Torrey Pinso to the monitor. I just don't think it would meet the clear and obvious threshold here because the contact of hand to the face is clear. It's gonna split, people. Let me know what you think. And hey, Miami felt aggrieved too. 65th minute. Fafa Picault wants a penalty, and let's go ahead and watch this whole play back start to finish. First of all, Matt Miazga wants a foul on Luis Suarez, and I completely agree with Torrey Pinso when she waves this one off live. Miazga goes down just way too easily from what is basically a nudge. Alright, so is Fafa Picault in an onside position? Yes, he's clearly onside when the pass is played. And boy, this one is going to be a Zapruder play. You gotta slow it down and rewatch, and even then you aren't 100% sure what you're seeing or what the cause and effect is within the play. What I know for sure is that I'm seeing clear contact from the left foot of Yedlin to the back of the right leg of Fafa Picault at or just inside the 18-yard box. For what it's worth, I don't see any foul with that left arm to the back. That's draped for me, not a push. So we've got to focus on that little bit of contact. But how much contact is there? Well, I can't quite tell the level of impact physically or really the effect on Picault. The Miami forward doesn't seem to break stride and gets that leg down as the plant flip, but then just sort of flails at the ensuing shot. Is that because of the contact? Because of the pace of the ball across him? Because he's just unable to get his feet under him, regardless of pressure? I can't really tell. Zapruder, remember? If this is called a penalty live, it never gets overturned, and I wouldn't bat much of an eye because there is some contact, however slight. However, I cannot say this is clearly and obviously a penalty the same way I would have been able to say it is not clear and obvious that it's not a penalty. For me, I am perfectly fine with how this play was called live and by the VAR. No foul, no penalty, keep it moving. Okay, how about another one with very little contact? St. Louis, Minnesota, 34th minute. Boxall is not happy that he gets called for this one on Thomas Ostrak. And there is very little contact, but where Boxall gets jammed up is that he gets that arm and hand across the body while challenging from behind. It is a softie for me. I wouldn't mourn for a second if it didn't get called, but I understand why the call was made on the field by Victor Rivas. And I don't really have an issue with it. Let's keep it rolling. St. Louis, Minnesota again, 72nd minute. This time we're on DOGSO alert. It's Chris Durkin, and it is a clear foul. Check the hold around the neck and the pullback on Yeboah. Durkin checks the wrong shoulder here, and Yeboah is just faster, more aggressive, and stronger to the ball. And Yeboah is alone on goal with a shooting chance, thus denial of an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. So you're going to see a red card come out. The question is it double jeopardy? Red card and a penalty? Rivas calls both. Why? Because Durkin doesn't play the ball, folks. Had he played the ball, it would have been a yellow card. He doesn't. He grabs and pulls from behind, so it's a penalty and a red card. And here's another big game-deciding play late on in the second half. Minnesota's going to get a penalty on this one, and they're going to win this match. And initially I thought, I'm not entirely sure that Orozco actually handles this ball. That is until I saw the angles behind the inline and inside the goal. Orozco clearly handles the ball, and this is not a natural position. Well done by the VAR. Ismail fast spotting this one. Speaking of DOGSO, San Diego, Nashville, 18th minute. On the field, Drew Fisher calls this one a yellow card. It's a tackle from Walker Zimmerman on Chucky Lozano. And Fisher's saying, hey, this is just stopping a promising attack, not DOGSO. But Jorge Gonzalez, the VAR, sends him to the monitor, and that's a strange review to me. Why is that? Well, the foul comes after a long touch from Lozano with Palacios in position to chase and defend, and Joe Willis already out of his goal to gather that long touch. Could you interpret it as DOGSO? You might be able to get there, but it's definitely not clearly and obviously DOGSO, which it would need to be to go to review. For me, Drew Fisher nails this one all around. He goes to the monitor and says, nope, sticking with my call on the field, it's a yellow card. Some quick ones from Columbus, Orlando, first 63rd minute. That's a handball. David Berry, the VAR, spots that little bit of contact from Marco Pasalic. Arm in an unnatural position, ball hits the hand, yep, you're gonna get that call. Penalty, well done to the crew on this one. And I think a good job from Tim Ford in the 72nd minute for just having a play-on moment. Jose Angulo wants this penalty, and I see what he feels, which is Steven Moreira grabbing the wrist. Moreira is very lucky here, and I'm with Danny Higginbotham. How long did that hold really last? Was it enough to take down Jose Angulo, or was he looking for it? For me, he was looking for it. No penalty. Keep it moving. Let's talk plant arms. Chicago Red Bulls, 40th minute. Fire gets to the inline. They're cutting the ball back, and yeah, we all saw it. That ball hit an arm. But is it a handball? You might be thinking, hey, that's a plant arm while falling, and IFAB has said that that's considered a natural position. And you'd be correct, but you would also need to take into consideration what happens after the arm is actually planted in this situation. It extends away from the body and then moves towards the ball in a sweeping motion while preventing service to the top of the area. I'm with Kindred and Ahmed on this one. Penalty, no issue for me. Now, had that plant arm planted and the ball immediately hit it while it was straight up and supporting the body, I would say no penalty, but that's not what happened. And last but not least, DC Austin, 62nd minute. Initially, it is a goal for Pirani of DC United, but Jamie Watson spots this real early. In particular, Watson spots that left foot / left leg of Christian Benteke. It's in an offside position when the initial ball and behind is played. For me, the right call is to go to the monitor and take it off. Philip Duich recommends it. He's the VAR. And Rubio Vasquez, well, he goes to one monitor, then the next. He's all over the field, folks. He's hustling, and he gets the call right in the end. Well done to the crew here. And that's it for Matchday 27. Remember, if you see something, say something. Give me the minute, give me a short description, give me a little thread to pull on, folks. Big thanks to Aldo Medina and to Phil Ivanko on this. I could not do it without you, boys. I'm Andrew Wiebe. We'll see you next time.